We know that these flood dangers can be very high and these flood waters can be extremely dangerous. For more on that, Nate Larson joins us live in the studio. Nate, this is going to be a rough season as we have plenty of snow and now adding rain to it with our runoff.
That's right, Alana, not Emily, sorry. We do have footage, actually. So Sheriff from Kane County actually talked about some of the rescue efforts. We have footage from one of the persons that was trapped, a group of them getting rescued themselves as the flood waters has really risen. So it started, of course, at the campground near White House Campground in south central Utah, and ended with being airlifted out of deadly flooding slot canyons.
Slot canyons can often flood with spring runoff and in the summer when monsoon thunderstorms put down a heavy amount of water in a short time. Our recent warm-up and rain in the region have caused the rivers and slot canyons to fill with water.
Water comes from mountains in northern Arizona and flows north into the Buckskin Wash Slot Canyon. It also comes from mountains up towards Bryce Canyon and flows south, and you get convergence of two melt zones going into this Slot Canyon area.
Higher flows are creating life-threatening conditions along southern Utah slot canyons right now. Juan Gonzalez and his group of 4 made a difficult trek down the Pariah Canyon Narrows with rising water levels.
And it's exhausting because you're fighting the currents, you're fighting the quicksand, and then on top of that, you have probably 40-degree temperatures in the water.
His group eventually made it to Buckskin Gulch, where they were hoping conditions might improve.
We had put a marker on the river to kind of, see where the water level was that day. And then we're hoping that the water was maybe going to go down a little bit and make some of these areas a little bit more passable. But what we noticed the next morning was that the water had actually come up higher.
With water levels rising, Juan felt like they were trapped. They had assisted in a rescue the day before, but now it's their turn.
That was like, that's it. We're done with this. We don't need to be putting ourselves in any type of danger or anything like that. So we decided to call it, and we ended up pushing the SOS on our Garmin device. To send a signal, and the Kane County Sheriff's Department contacted us, and they organized the rescue.
Juan was one of 12 people search and rescue airlifted out of the area.
I would have loved to have finished the hike, but I also am not going to put myself in danger. There's a certain limit of saying, look, I like the adventure, I like the adrenaline rush, and I like all that stuff, but I'm also not going to put myself in a situation where I'm gonna get killed.
Juan says that the resources like King County Sheriff's Office that they provided them were a godsend, and that even though his trip ended on a sour note, he loves the area and will definitely be back again. Glenn and Emily, back to you.